contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Bank West is rooted in South Dakota. Committed to local success. Just like you. We're all connected. In South Dakota. For South Dakota. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology. You'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
The Corner Station could be...
Hoops, I'm Justin Cowart, and we are about 15 minutes away from the Chamberlain Cubs coming to Fort Pierre to take on the 12-4 Stanley County Buffaloes. And boy, oh boy, is this going to be an exciting matchup. As I mentioned, I'm Justin Cowart. We're welcoming you into the broadcast booth inside Parkview Auditorium as we are headed down the final stretch of this regular season where each game becomes bigger and bigger and each win becomes more important while each loss hurts and cuts even deeper. This is a Stanley County Buffaloes team that has gotten things back on the right track after they lost 2 back in late January. They fell to Cheyenne Eagle Butte on the road. It was a game where they didn't really hit their rhythm, couldn't really find a good groove to get going. And then they went on the road to Sully Buttes, missing Eddie Duffy, one of their team's biggest stars. And well, that hurt them bad. They lost 43-40 to Sully Buttes, bounced back nicely with a win over Crow Creek, 66-49. Then they lost to an outstanding Unity Christian team in the Heritage Classic. But they followed that up with a big win against Todd County, 63-49. They look to keep that rhythm going here tonight against the Chamberlain Cubs. And the Chamberlain Cubs are a team that is sorely in need of a win. They currently sit on a 3-game losing streak, losing their last game to Platte Geddes 56-38. They lost before that to Mobridge Pollock 73-42. Then to Madison, 63-37. So this is not a welcome sight for a Chamberlain Cubs team up against a Stanley County team that has gotten an emergence out of one of their stars, Caden Montana, as of late. We'll dive into that and so much more in our Bank West pregame show. And we want to let you know, folks, if you're listening on KGFX tonight, you can also tune in on drgnews.com to watch this game live. We've also got a couple other games going on around the state tonight across our stations. So make sure you download the DRG News app so you can bounce around from game to game, make your listening experience much more streamlined and much more enjoyable. Well, it's a comfortable crowd here tonight inside Parkview Auditorium. Folks still making their way over here to Fort Pierre. South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being part of the team and reminds you the snow means slow. Drive the conditions this winter. You've got someplace to be. Before we head to break, we want to give a big thanks to all of our sponsors who are making broadcasting Stanley County basketball tonight possible. Our friends at the Oasis Pump and Pack, Chamberlain Food Center, Farmco, West 40 Food and Fuel, Edward Jones, Access Health in Chamberlain, the Byrie Brothers, First Dakota National Bank, Here Regional Airport, Access Health and Pier, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Avera Health, the Stanley County Booster Club, Ferding Electric, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Xander Auto Parts, and Bauman Lumber. Well, folks, we're going to step away here for a couple minutes, and you'll be able to hear a word from all those great sponsors. When we come back, we're going to get to our first Fidelity Bank Keys to Success. We'll meet our officials. We'll introduce you to the starting lineups, and we'll get this thing underway. You're listening to the Bank West pregame show ahead of Stanley County versus Chamberlain, live on KGFX.
And the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the Quarter Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Quarter Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Quarter Station and the Crossing.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit TitanMachinery.com/careers to learn more.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
WindCircle, operating since 1995. We combine quality customer service and experience with the right technology to meet your needs. Our cybersecurity certified technicians will make sure your systems are secure. Services offered are video and data cabling, service and support contracts, cutting-edge camera systems to door security devices. WindCircle has many hardware options: Dell, HP, Cisco, SonicWall, and Ruckus, to name a few. Our staff has over 30 years of combined network design and cabling experience at your disposal. Call us today, 605-224-1111, and request a free quote. Again, that's 605-224-1111.
In a world that's...
Well, we're going to see if somebody's going to be a big hero tonight. Welcome back into the Bank West pregame show, everybody. I'm Justin Cowart. For our younger fans out there, that is a little bit jukebox hero on the call. We're going to get some 50-50 raffle tickets right now. Support the Stanley County Booster Club. While we do that, let's hear from Stanley County head coach Joey Fisher with his keys to success. Well, folks, we're experiencing a little technical difficulty on my end. The reason why, I'm actually running the board on my end, so that's a problem. But what we did talk to Joey Fisher about in our keys to success before tonight's game, he let us know that it's going to be up to his big three: Paxton Deal, Eddie Duffy, and Caden Montana. We saw an emergence out of Caden Montana in their last matchup. He was shooting lights out on the floor, shooting, I believe, over 80%. He scored 32 points in that win over Todd County, more than half of what Stanley County accounted for that night. And Caden Montana is hitting his stride at the perfect time this season. As you know, he tore his ACL last season, and he came back and has kind of hit some bumps in the road. It hasn't kind of been the prosperous comeback that everybody was expecting. But you have to understand, Caden Montana returned from that injury with about a week leading up to this regular season. So it's not a surprise that midway through this point, he was hitting a bit of a soft spot and just kind of running out of gas. He just didn't have his game speed, and that is to be expected when you're missing an entire season due to a leg injury. You can't really work on that leg. You can't really get active. So Caden Montana is kind of getting his legs back, in a sense, no pun intended there, and he's really hitting his stride here later on in the season, which is crucial because, as I mentioned, this is the final stretch of the regular season. After tonight, there's only 3 games remaining for the Stanley County team. And when we talked to Joey Fisher on the keys to success, I was trying to play for you. He was telling us, you know, I understand how many games. There's only 3 games left, but we have to take this one game at a time. This is a night-by-night basis. We can't look ahead on the schedule. We can't start thinking ahead to the postseason. We have to treat every game like it is a playoff game. And with as tight of a region as this is and as many good teams as there are in this region playing alongside Stanley County, it pretty much is win and go home mentality now for the Buffaloes. For Chamberlain, their keys to success, they are going to have to try to limit one of those big three. You can't stop all three of them, but if you can take one or two pieces out, try to subdue the night that those guys have, play active defense, and get turnovers on your end, then you might be able to steal a win here on the road. But this is a Stanley County team that is playing inspired basketball. They're playing very fit. They're playing very fresh right now. And as I mentioned, it is crunch time, and it is do or die time. Let's look ahead at the rest of the season for the Stanley County Buffalo team. Is after tonight, they take on three really good squads to close out the regular season. After tonight, they have got a long break off until the 18th of February, and when they play Mobridge Pollock. Then they follow that up, and Mobridge Pollock sits at 9-3 on the season, by the way. Then they follow that up with a game against 8-7 Little Wound here at home. And then they finish up the regular season going on the road, which may be one of the most exciting matchups of the season as they head to Lyman to take on a 10-4 squad. And there will be fireworks in that one for sure. But it all starts tonight here for Stanley County, and they are looking to get that win. That was our First Fidelity Bank Keys to Success. Now let's hear a word from our great friends at First Fidelity Bank.
A fullback crunches off tackle for an 8-yarder. A volleyballer crunches an ace into the corner. The crunch of a ball. Whoops, it will leg tape right to the left. Here's to the ones who come through when the pressure's on. Crunch time, so to speak. For you, we do more than round numbers. We crunch them. First Fidelity. Home to back. PIC.
And I'm really upset, folks, and I want to apologize to our friends at First Fidelity Bank because we had a great interview with head coach Joey Fisher that would have made our friends at First Fidelity Bank very, very happy, but they had to settle for me giving you the keys to success. All right, folks, let's try this again. Let's introduce you to our game officials at these and our friends that sponsor our introduction of game officials over at the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. A word from them.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
And our officials tonight are Mr. Brian Zahn, Mark Ulrich, and Kelly Eisenman. Well, folks, the SDHSAA is always looking for more officials. And before we head off to break, we just want to let you know that if you ever thought about getting involved in high school athletics at any level, officiating is a crucial role, and they need more people to fill those spots. You know, this is a tough job that these officials do. And I think in the state of South Dakota, there's not a better state in the country to be a high school official. You see videos from Georgia and Texas and Florida of all these parents that just get a little bit too on edge and are shouting and yelling at officials. I haven't seen that happen once here in South Dakota. So make sure you get on SDHSAA's website and help out and become an official. They're always looking for more. All right, folks, we're going to take one more break. When we come back, we're going to introduce you to the starting lineups. We're going to get this thing tipped off. It's Stanley County. It's Chamberlain. It's Thursday Night Hoops on KGFX.
Thinking of travel? Your journey matters. And at Iverson Auto Group, we're here to get you on the road with a great selection of new and used vehicles and trailers, and keep you on the road with top-notch service, maintenance, and support. Every mile of your journey, the experienced team at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron are here to help. Visit us in Mitchell and Huron or start your search at iversonauto.com to begin your journey today.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a recarpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology. You'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Stay at Mobridge Country Inn and Guide Service, locally owned on Highway 12 and 20 West. Enjoy clean linens, plenty of amenities, and a comfortable stay with authentic country hospitality. The inn is within walking distance to most of the town's attractions. Guests can enjoy continental breakfast, barbecue grills, HD cable TV, microwaves, refrigerators, free Wi-Fi, and much more throughout the property. Book guided fishing trips through the front desk. Proud supporter of all South Dakota high school activities.
This is
assuring access to quality health care.
When you need building supplies, there's no need to go anywhere except to Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Bauman Lumber is locally owned and offers quality products, expert advice, free estimates, and free local delivery for large or small projects. Whether it's a home improvement project, remodel job, or all new construction, they even welcome special orders. Quality building materials and affordable prices for residential or commercial projects can be found at Bauman Lumber, 1223 Sale Barn Road, Fort Pierre, or call 223-9762.
Getting set for tip-off. Thanks for listening in for the Bank West pregame show. Hello, everybody. I'm Justin Cowart, welcoming you back inside our broadcast booth in the wonderfully beautiful Parkview Auditorium. They've got the upper atrium closed off where we had the chili soup cook-off. Big thanks to everybody who came out and made that possible last week. And the press box up here, well, I won't get into what it was like up here with me and Brian Menning, but boy, oh boy, we're still feeling that from last week. And Brian Menning's back with us as our camera operator tonight via live ticket if you're watching on drgnews.com. Haley Hansen's back in the DRG Media Group World Headquarters, keeping us up on air. Our starting lineups tonight, as always, we'll start with the visiting Chamberlain Cubs. It'll be sophomore Josiah Vaught, Riddick Big Eagle, the junior, Kansas Honamichael Rouse at a junior 6 foot. Blaze Knipling, a junior at 6'4", and Brecken Harmon, a senior at 6'4". For the Stanley County Buffaloes, Eddie Duffy, Ethan Leaf Green, Caden Montana, Paxton Deal, and Tegan Breitag. The Cubs are led by Jalen Youthy. Stanley County led by Joey Fisher. The tip is up. It's won by the Cubs, and we are underway on Thursday night from Parkview Auditorium. It'll start with a pass down low to Brecken Harmon, and he will quickly be fouled by Tegan Breitag. So 10 seconds into the game, and Harmon is going to head to the line for two. Stanley County in their home whites. They've got buffs across the back nameplate with the numerals underneath in purple Stanley County arched across the chest, kind of sandwiching the numerals in front. Harmon makes his first and his second free throw. Chamberlain quickly out to a 2-0 lead. Chamberlain in their road reds. Their numerals in white. Chamberlain stretched across the chest in white. Trim in white as well. Paxton Deal has it at the top of the key. Going to swing it to the far side for Tegan Breitag, who swings to the near side wing for Montana. Montana driving with a newfound confidence after that big night against Todd County. He misses the layup. Fight for the loose ball is going to finally be won by Josiah Vaught for the Cubs. And Riddick Big Eagle will bring it forward. Chamberlain, if you're listening on KGFX, attacking from right to left on your radio dial. Stanley County coming back the opposite way. 17 seconds on the clock, and now we've got a slight travel by Josiah Vaught, but slight is still enough to call the whistle, or draw the whistle, I should say. From our lead official, Brian Zahn. Paxton Deal will bring it across the midcourt line. Hayden Montana has it in the quarter. Quick swing underneath the rim, who kicks it back out to Leaf Green, who heaves a three from the near side wing. That rattles in and out. The rebound is pulled down right underneath the rim by the Cubs. Riddick Big Eagle back with it with pace. Cubs are going to swing it around the outside of the arc. Now a bounce pass into the free throw line for Knipling, who feeds it inside for Big Eagle, but that's no good on the layup. Too much traffic in the lane, and we'll fight for the loose ball. Hayden Montana had it. He had it stripped out of his hands by Josiah Vaught right in front of the Stanley County bench. We'll say that goes off of Vaught on the last touch. So Stanley County will retain the possession. Paxton Deal swings it to Montana on the near side wing. Cross-court pass to Tegan Breitag. Breitag finds Eddie Duffy with his first touch. Duffy spins at the free throw line, puts up a short floater, just a bit too strong and off the mark. Therefore, the rebound is Blaze Knipling, standing at 6'4". Chamberlain has the size advantage here tonight. It'll be interesting to see how the rebounding battle will go between these two teams. Chamberlain has mostly 6-footers on this squad, as a three-pointer from Josiah Vaught is just off the right side of the rim. He took that 2 steps from the left to the top of the key. Paxton Deal has it, drives the lane, now kicks out to the near side wing for Montana. Montana spins as he drives down into the paint. He misses the layup, but will head to the line as he drew the foul. Still 2-0 with 5:38 to play here in the first quarter. It's been a fast start going both ways, but not a lot of points to show for it. Montana with 3 dribbles, a soft twirl of the ball in the hands as he drains the first free throw, nothing but net. First points of the game for the Buffaloes belong to Caden Montana. A couple more dribbles, a patient free throw shooter is Caden Montana. He fires the second, and he nails it. Riddick Big Eagle barking out instructions as he dribbles with the right hand across midcourt. Passes it to Kansas Hannah Michael Rouse, who steps inside the arc, pulls one from the free throw line, and knocks it down. 4-2, the Cubs out in front. His bench trying to start a defense chant. Haven't seen that yet this year. As a quick three from Duffy off the back iron, but it bounced directly to Caden Montana, who was waiting for it at the free throw line. New possession for the Buffs. Paxton Deal driving the near side paint, and he's fouled as he steps into the block area, trying to cut right between Blaze Knipling and Brecken Harmon. Trying to go between the twin towers there. 2 6-footers are Knipling and Harmon. Quick pass into Eddie Duffy, who swings it to Montana at the top of the key. More passes on the outside of the arc. Caden Montana calling for it in the corner right in front of the Cubs bench. Cubs bench loving the defense here. Trying to will their defense to a stop. Duffy swings it to Breitag on the near side wing. Ball hasn't entered the inside of the arc. Here's a three from Paxton Deal. That's no good. A perfect bounce to Eddie Duffy. He gets the rebound. Can't get the left-handed layup to go. Fight for the loose ball. It goes rolling towards the midcourt logo, and it's won by the Cubs. On to Michael Rouse. Heaves a three as he steps back right in front of the Stanley County bench and knocks it down. 6-2. They're going to say that one was a long two as Hannah Michael Rouse's right foot was just touching the line. Tegan Breitag on the Buffalo side thought about three. Swings to Eddie Duffy right in front of the Chamberlain bench. Going back and forth are the passes between these two wings for Stanley County. It's pretty clear they don't want to try to make their hay down low. Paxton Deal drives, can't hit the layup, but Breitag jumps for the rebound and puts it right back in for two. And Stanley County able to cut the deficit down to 2. 6-4, Chamberlain out in front. 3:40 to play in the first quarter. On to Michael Rouse with the ball up over his head. Now he starts dribbling off to his left, and he's fouled right as he gets to the top of the key. 2 substitutions coming for Stanley County. Breitag and Duffy going to hit the bench. Elby Olson checking into the game for Stanley County, as is Austin Boxley. Boxley going to be down low with Blaze Knipling in the paint. Riddick Big Eagle out with it on the far side wing, right in front of the scores table. Hands off to Josiah Vaught, who swings a cross-court pass to Hannah Michael Rouse. Rouse down to the near side corner for Riddick Big Eagle. That was a contested three that missed everything. Austin Boxley there for the rebound. Little underhanded toss as they cross midcourt to Caden Montana. Montana directing traffic, pushes it to Ethan Leafgreen on the far side wing. Boxley sporting some pink shoes, kicks to Paxton Deal on the far side corner, who misses a three. 3-pointers are not falling for Stanley County here early. Active hands from Kansas. Hannah Michael Rouse is able to jar that one away from the grasp of Caden Montana. They will say Hannah Michael Rouse had the last touch. It will stay with the Buffs. And now the Buffs are looking for somebody to inbound, and Joey Fisher almost got caught with too many men on the floor there. He had to screen to get Ethan Leafgreen to come back to the bench. Leafgreen was just able to get back over there before we had, I don't even know what they would call there, illegal substitution? Montana swings to Boxley now, ball back in play. Boxley with a jump step down in the paint as he's working on Blaze Knipling and gets it to go. So big bucket there for Austin Boxley, ties this game back up at 6 apiece. 2:30 to play in the first quarter. Newly checked in Chamberlain Cub is Miles Hislaw. That pass out to Josiah Vaught is disrupted by Paxton Deal. Paxton Deal high-fives Eddie Duffy on his way to the bench. They get the ball in. Hislaw has it now on a couple passes over. They feed Blaze Knipling down inside. Turnaround put back is no good, a little bit too strong. Good defense there by Caden Montana, but it feels like Blaze Knipling just found out he's going to be able to get that shot a lot tonight. Here's a quick three from Eddie Duffy near side corner, nothing but net. And for the first time tonight, Stanley County has the lead. It's by 3, 9-6. Joey Fisher adamantly screaming at his defense to stretch it out a little bit, trying to create a little bit momentum. And we've got another travel against Josiah Vaught. That's the second travel for the Cubs here in the first quarter. Host of substitutions coming for both sides. Caden Montana will head over right in front of the Buffs bench to inbound. Paxton Deal quickly passing to Eddie Duffy. Blaze Frost into the game, one of those substitutions. His pass over to Caden Montana was directed towards the scores table. It was immediately blocked away by Riddick Big Eagle. So if anything, Chamberlain just trying to disrupt the offensive rhythm of Stanley County. Here's a quick three from the wing for Eddie Duffy on the near side. That is no good, but Austin Boxley able to get to the rebound after it bounced around a couple of hands. Paxton Deal now has it right underneath the Buffalo logo at midcourt. He feeds Boxley, who almost lost the handle. Blaze Frost steps back. Stanley County just still trying to move the ball around the outside of the arc, looking for an open shot. They feed Blaze Frost, who heaves a three. That's no good. Hislaw there with a quick rebound, almost pickpocketed on his way down the floor. He's just going to pull up from inside the arc and hit the 15-footer. Under a minute to play, 9-8. Stanley County still in front. Paxton Deal driving, catches a shoulder on his way to the rim and will be fouled. He brought that in from the right side of the basket, and right as he got to the block, he got the shoulder contact from Miles Hislaw. As he was fading away to his right, put up a nice right-handed floater, almost got it to go. It's one of those shots when you're in the open gym, you're just kind of getting warmed up. You try some different things to get the feel of the shot going up and down. Seems a little bit what Paxton Deal did there. He misses the first free throw, and that's a rare sight to see. Paxton Deal, one of the better free throw shooters on this Stanley County team. And he misses both. So it's still a 9-8 lead for Stanley County. They missed out on 2 points there from the missed free throws of Paxton Deal. Pass inside for Brecken Harmon. He steps and can't hit the 14-footer. Paxton Deal gets the rebound with a little bit of pace coming back. Good coverage there by the Cubs, able to stop a fast break opportunity. Miles Hislaw is absolutely hounding Paxton Deal, not letting him get anything easy on the offensive end. 1 second difference in game clock and shot clock. Eddie Duffy realizing it, going to try to slow things down, but Kansas Michael Rouse is not going to let him just stand around and get the final shot. They're going to have to earn it. Here's a three from Duffy. Knocks it down. I'd say he earned that one. He had Kansas Michael Rouse all up in his face, and Eddie Duffy knocked it down with ease. That makes it 12-8. Stanley County's in front after 1 quarter of play. We'll be right back after this 60-second break with the second quarter. You're listening to Regional High School Basketball live on KGFX.
For reliable.
This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We connect people. Have been for 100 years or so. How we get that done? Well, that won't always be the same. But why we connect people? Not in a million years is that ever going to change. We didn't build the communities that made South Dakota. No. We just brought them together.
After the first quarter of play on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. Hello, everybody. I'm Justin Cowart, welcoming you into the broadcast booth for some Thursday night hoops action between Stanley County and Chamberlain. Well, started to find a rhythm. Big three by Eddie Duffy there to close out the first quarter. Made it 12-8. Duffy along the baseline, going to feed it back out to Paxton Deal. He backpedals. Now we'll swing to Breitag on the far side wing. That three is no good, but another fortuitous bounce finds Caden Montana. He steps back just inside the arc, can't hit the 18-foot jump shot. That'll reset things here for the Cubs. Eddie Duffy's got 2 threes so far tonight. Leads the Buffs in scoring. Quick turnaround jumper from Blaze Knipling goes down for 2. And the lead now for Stanley County is cut to 2. We sent it in the first quarter, but Blaze Knipling has the size advantage, as do most of these Chamberlain Cubs. See if he takes that shot more often tonight. Here's a quick jumper from just along the baseline for Tegan Breitag. That touched just about all of the rim before hopping out. Miles Hislaw with an out-of-control underhanded scoop at the rim is no good. Breitag secures the rebound. Out the other way quickly is Stanley County. This is the kind of pace that Stanley County likes to play with. Up and down the floor quickly. Paxton Deal over to Breitag, where he had just missed a three from on that far side wing. Caden Montana takes his spot, now driving, feeds it inside for Deal. Up and under reversal layup is no good. That would have been some sort of highlight reel type of play between those two. And Paxton Deal been able to get the layup to go down. Kansas Hana Michael Rouse now feeding Knipling inside. He goes up for two, can't get it to go, but he draws the foul. And it feels like Jalen Youthy, the head coach for Chamberlain, saw exactly what we were talking about with the 6'4 junior and Blaze Knipling, finding that space down low. He really doesn't even need to find much space. He's a big-bodied young man who can create his own space. As the first free throw hops off the front of the rim, no good. Still 12-10, Stanley County in front. The other thing that this might do for Chamberlain, if they're able to keep feeding Knipling down low, is get Stanley County into foul trouble. Knipling knocks down the second free throw. That's the 3rd points of the ball game for Mr. Knipling. Ian Chase, brothers on this squad. Here's another three from Eddie Duffy in the corner. That's no good. That's the type of shot when he takes it that quickly and that early on into the possession. It's one of those you feel like he's going to knock down. Riddick Big Eagle will bring it forward. Driving the lane. Nice take, but he's going to get called for too many steps. So Stanley County will bring it forward. We see the 50-50 raffle guys walking around selling some tickets. I got to tell you, folks, don't need to buy any more. Go ahead and fund the Stanley County Booster Club, and we got the winning ticket right here in this press box. Eddie Duffy taking it down onto the block. He can't get that shot to go. Good contest down low by Blaze Knipling. Knipling, a great player on both ends of the floor. Out to the top of the key. Chase Knipling also into the game here. And now we've got yet another travel. It's also going against Riddick Big Eagle. That's the 4th travel here in the first half for the Chamberlain Cubs. We've only got 5:24 remaining in the second quarter. So the officials are looking for it. Paxton Deal dribbling it across midcourt with his left hand. Now swings to Breitag here on the near side. Stanley County again attacking left to right on your radio dial. Caden Montana driving. Nice rebound by the undersized Brendan Bothwell down low. And now he is going to draw a foul. Brendan Bothwell, standing at 5'7", is a bush down there amongst trees. Dealing with Brecken Harmon, who stands at 6'4". Blaze Knipling, who just checked out, also standing at 6'4". Got Chase Knipling in there at 6'1". This is a sizable Chamberlain Cubs team. Montana standing on the purple Buffalo right there at midcourt. Swings it here near side. Strong bounce pass inside to Bothwell from Breitag. It's kicked out to Deal in the corner, who knocks down the three. Good ball movement out there, and it's always fun to watch young Brendan Bothwell play. Bothwell, a junior, but an elite passer. Here's a three from right at the top of the arc for Miles Hislaw. That won't go down. Breitag there to secure the rebound. 4:30 to play. It's a 15-11 lead for the Buffs. Paxton Deal trying to add to it. Can't hit the three. Breitag fighting for the rebound. It bounces out to Montana. He heaves a three from the far side corner. So 2 quick back-to-back threes do not go for Stanley County. Here's a deep three for Josiah Vaughn right in front of the Buffaloes bench. That just barely clipped the front of the rim. Out quickly with it are the Buffs. Paxton Deal gets it from Brendan Bothwell. He can't hit the layup, but he draws the foul. So Paxton Deal went 0 for 2 from his first trip to the line, looking to even that up with 2 free throws here. Can't hit the first, rattles out. Austin Boxley will check into the game for the Buffaloes. Tegan Breitag to the bench. Axton Deal wipes the sweat off of his hands, takes a couple deep breaths, and second free throw rattles out. He is now 0 for 4 from the line. But there was a lane violation, so Paxton Deal, he's going to get another opportunity. And if I were a betting man, I'd feel pretty comfortable that Paxton Deal is going to knock down this free throw. He sends it on its way. Off the front iron, no good. But Austin Boxley there for a strong rebound, and now it's given away by Bothwell. Miles Hislaw with a great read of that pass. Bothwell trying to steal it right back. Fight for the loose ball on the floor. And Paxton Deal's back was touching the out-of-bounds line as the two of them were fighting for that loose ball. Timeout is taken. We're going to take it with them. It's our first timeout of the ball game, and it's sponsored by AgTegra. We'll be back in 30 seconds with a word from AgTegra right after this.
Can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
AgTegra wants you to know that Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local AgTegra cooperative today. Busy week. And the great Brian Oakland telling me he wanted to take this game for me tonight. Try to save the voice for a big weekend from the Highmore Classic. I told him, I said, there's no way you're going to take me off a Stanley County Buffalo game versus Chamberlain. Too fun of a matchup. Josiah Vod with a turnaround jumper is good, but not before he commits an offensive foul out of the break. He applied a little left-handed forearm shiver along the baseline to create the space. It's a nice move, but he just extended the arm a bit too much. It's a move you see a lot, and there's ways you can get away with it. But Josiah Vod, with the combination of him pushing off and fading away, created a little bit too much of the contact. Now Boxley down on the other end of the floor is going to get whistled for a travel. So a couple quick turnovers either way, and I think Jalen Youthy and both Joey Fisher, the respective head coaches of these two teams, would like to see both squads just slow it down a little bit. Here's a quick shot from Josiah Vod, contested by Brendan Bothwell. Doesn't matter. Josiah Vod elevates and knocks down the shot. That's a talented shooter right there in the sophomore Josiah Vod. Ethan Leaf Green on the far side wing picks up his dribble looking for a way out. Vod with active hands almost creates a steal from Eddie Duffy, but it bounces directly to Brendan Bothwell. Vod back to hassling Eddie Duffy at the top of the key, gives it off to Leaf Green. Leaf Green drives, extends up in the air inside the paint, can't hit the shot. Now a tie-up between Boxley and Knipling. Excuse me, that was Brecken Harmon down low that Boxley got tied up with. Possession arrow favors the Cubs. So off the jump ball, they will get the possession. 2:40 to play here in the second quarter. 15-13, Stanley County out in front. Kansas on Michael Rouse, swinging it around the top of the key. Now gets to Josiah Vod in the far side corner. Pass up to Riddick Big Eagle, goes off of his right thigh and almost bounces out of bounds. They swing over to Grady Olson, who can't hit a three. That bounces around, and Austin Boxley there for the rebound. Boxley with a nice box out to get that board. And now Caden Montana trying to use his size down into the lane, going to draw the foul. There was any team that Caden Montana probably would want to take more outside shots rather than trying to drive down into the lane and find pay dirt there. This Chamberlain Cubs team is probably the team you don't want to do that against. We told you with their great size and great physicality down low. Kelby Olsen back into the game, almost loses the dribble off of his foot. And now Joey Fisher will take a timeout as he saw Olsen getting into trouble. We'll take it with him. We'll be back after this Agtegra timeout in 30 seconds on KGFX.
A big impact on your land for less at Grossenberg Implement. Right now, used planters and air seeders are aggressively marked down and have great financing options for those who qualify. Stop by any of Grossenberg's 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, or check out used planters and air seeders online at grossenberg.com. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great deal.
Core Cares.
Timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. 15-13. Stanley County in front with 2:01 to play here in the second quarter on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. Beautiful Thursday evening for some high school hoops late in the regular season. Stanley County looking for their 13th win on the year. Eddie Duffy passes it along to the top of the key for Tegan Breitag. Cross swings to Olsen. Montana now driving. Swings the ball over the top of the head of the defender as he gets down into the lane and lays it up and in. Talk about ball control for Caden Montana. He's got his 4th points of the ball game. Lead is 4 for Stanley County. Brecken Harmon drives to the elbow, now kicks it out to Josiah Vaught. Josiah Vaught with a rocket pass goes off the hands of Riddick Big Eagle. What a pass ahead from Caden Montana through the legs of the defender, and Eddie Duffy lays it in and gets the foul. That was as tight of a window that you'll be able to find on a basketball court that Caden Montana somehow fit that pass through. And Eddie Duffy did the rest. He got the bucket, got the foul, and can make this a 7-point lead. And so now some conversation is taking place between our officials. Mark Ulrich's got 2 fingers up, and now he's explaining something to Joey Fisher. The only thing I could think is, was this not a shooting foul? Did they say this occurred on the floor? Eddie Duffy still at the line, but this is the 15th foul for Chamberlain. And our officials all season long have done a great job. The only thing I can't understand on some of these fouls is they'll assess it as a shooting foul for some and on the floor for others. And it looks like this is going to be on the floor for Eddie Duffy. He makes the first free throw. That I again am not being critical of officials at all. I just don't understand how that's not a shooting foul. Duffy knocks down the second, so he makes it a 2-point play. Lead now 21-13. I don't know if that's correct, if they're going to take the basket off the board. Here's a deep 3 from Josiah Vaught. That bounces off the front of the rim. Paxton Deal directing traffic, slowly bringing it across midcourt. Switches to the left hand with the dribble. Swings it to Caden Montana, almost picked off by a flying across Riddick Beagle. Now a hard foul for Josiah Vaught on Eddie Duffy as he missed the 3-pointer. Vaught and Duffy go flying into the bleachers right down underneath the press box. And that was a hard foul. Duffy will knock down the first. He's got 3 on the way, I believe, unless they called that one on the floor as well. Second free throw is up and good for Eddie Duffy. You got to give Josiah Vaught credit. This kid plays fast. He has been hassling Paxton Deal whenever he has been running the point. Eddie Duffy knocks down all 3 free throws. 23-13. Stanley County gets the lead up to double digits for the first time tonight. 45 seconds remaining here in the first half. Kansas Hana Michael Rouse Pump fakes a three, now swings to Hislaw. Hislaw dumps it down in the paint for Grady Olson. His turnaround floater is no good off the front of the rim. Caden Montana able to secure the rebound. Under 30 seconds to play. Shot clock is shut off. And if Chamberlain will let him, looks like Caden Montana wants to try to take this final shot. Montana eyeing up Riddick Big Eagle. Captain on captain, 6'2" against 6'2", dribbling between the legs. Big Eagle now coming to hassle, and Joey Fisher, with a little bit of anger, calls a timeout, sponsored by Agtegra. Now he's trying to explain something to Caden Montana. We'll let them get that worked out. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the final 10 here on KGFX.
Individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Service Master of Peer.
Let's see. Out of the Agtegra timeout, 9.7 seconds remaining. Caden Montana will swing it into Paxton Deal. Now they're moving with a lot more pace than that last possession. Paxton Deal tried to pass it out to find Noah Baldwin. He got wrapped up there by Brecken Harmon. They'll call the foul. Chamberlain was in the bonus a minute or two ago, so Paxton Deal will head to the line for two. Paxton Deal makes the first free throw. If you're counting the one that had a lane violation, he was 0 for 5 from the charity stripe before making that. So we won't count it as it didn't count. 1 for 5 here is Paxton Deal tonight. Make it 2 for 6. That's Paxton Deal's 5th points of the ball game. 4.2 remaining in the first half. So Chamberlain's going to be able to get one final shot. Will it be a good one? We'll find out. Big Eagle goes coast to coast. Right-handed floater is up and good. Boy, oh boy, what a nice take there from Riddick Big Eagle to stop the bleeding a little bit there to close out the first half. But Stanley County out in front, 26-15 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. And that brings us to our CHS River Plains halftime. We'll be back in about 3 minutes to recap the first half individual scoring. We'll look around the state at some other scores for you. We'll look ahead to this second half of play. You're listening to some Thursday night regional high school basketball action right here on KGFX.
Go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pier is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Guffs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Being a part of the community.
6:15 is the score officially. We'll get to the individual scoring here momentarily. First, we want to take a look around the state at some other scores. We've got a lot of action going on around the state tonight. Region B, Timberlake leading Hardin County 31-16. At the end of the first half, Wabash Summit tied up with Florence Henry after one half of play, 27 apiece. We'll see Wessington over Wessington Springs 34-27 after 3 quarters of play. Wall is leading White River at the end of first quarter 10-5. Parkston out in front of Sanborn Central Woonsocket 16-5. Leola Frederick area over Warner currently after one half of play 31-27. Aberdeen Christian leading Northwestern at 19-13. They're late in the second quarter. Well, folks, let's take a look at some individual scoring here from the game you're listening to live on KGFX. As I remind you, the lead is 26-15 for Stanley County. And it was a little bit of a choppy start for Stanley County at first, and they really couldn't seem to get their offense going. It was active defense by Chamberlain, a lot of active hands creating some steals. But Stanley County was able to get it going there late. Eddie Duffy with 2 big threes there in the second quarter. And he was able to hit 5 free throws in the first half. He has got 11 points. Paxton Deal had a big 3 for Stanley County. He's got 5 points with 2 free throws made. But he did go 2 for 6 from the free throw line, so you know he's probably thinking about those points left on the floor. Caden Montana's got 4 points for Stanley County. And I think that he is a guy that probably Joey Fisher is looking at saying, all right, first half is over with. Got to get you going here in the second half. Just shake that off a little bit. Let's get going. And this is the kind of thing that Stanley County is so good at doing. They can not look like themselves. They can look kind of out of rhythm and out of sorts. Then you can look up at the scoreboard and they've got an 11-point lead. One thing that Stanley County is also really good at doing is going on runs. They can just put some points together and put some baskets. And that's another thing. You just look up at the scoreboard and you shake your head like, oh my gosh, where did this lead come from? But Chamberlain, they have found something that has been working in the first half that I think that they need to go back to consistently and often, and that is Blaze Knipling. He's standing at 6'4". He's got the width and the size to be able to create space down low, and he was getting pretty much anything he wanted down low in looks at the rim. So I fully expect for Chamberlain to start trying to attack the paint with Blaze Knipling a little bit more. They've also got Brecken Harmon, a senior, standing at 6'4". Wouldn't be surprised if they try to go to him down low and try to get him going. But it's Chamberlain who's got the size advantage, and they've got Josiah Vaughn, who's one of the most active defenders I think I've seen all season long in terms of anybody Stanley County's played. Josiah Vaughn has been the most active. He's creating steals. He is not letting Paxton Deal or Eddie Duffy get anything going consistently or smooth on offense. So look for those two guys, Blaze Knipling to get going again down in the paint, and Josiah Vaughn to try to create some steals on defense. Well, folks, you've tuned into the CHS River Plains halftime show. Enough listening to me talk about the game. Let's take one more break and let's get back to the game. We'll be back in 3 minutes with more regional high school basketball. Stanley County leading Chamberlain 26-15. Second half right around the corner after this.
Sharing the history and future of the people all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been doing just that, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home. Now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Let's get this second half underway as Stanley County comes out of the locker room with the 26-15 lead. And they will start with the first possession of this second half. Hello, everybody. Justin Cower bringing you all the action here tonight. If you're watching on drgnews.com, give a big thanks to Brian Menning for working the camera tonight. Haley Hansen back in the DRG Media Group World Headquarters, keeping us up on air. Quick deflection of the ball goes out of bounds, but will stay with Stanley County. They've got 21 seconds on the shot clock. Breitag outside of the arc with all kinds of space. Now takes it inside on the far end. Stanley County now attacking from right to left on your radio dial. Breitag with a bounce pass inside. Gets a cutting Paxton Deal, who turns around and lays it up and in. 28-15 lead is up to 13. Now Paxton Deal goes down in a heap on the defensive end, favoring that left ankle. He's helped up by Leaf Green. Now they're back in the defensive push. Keeping an eye on Paxton Deal, clearly in some serious pain. And now Montana's able to get a steal, and now he's going to slow things down. And we've got an injury officials timeout as Paxton Deal wobbles off to the Stanley County bench. Everything was going so well for the Buffaloes, and now they kind of come to a halt as everybody's holding their breath, hoping Paxton Deal is okay. He's going to be checked out by our Rivera medical team down there. Kelby Olson checks into the game for Stanley County in the absence of Paxton Deal. They're going to go to the medical bag and start working on that ankle. Leaf Green has it, looks for a three right in front of the Stanley County bench. That's no good. Rebound is secured by Riddick Big Eagle. Big Eagles now got it out at the top of the key. Swings to Josiah Vaught here right underneath our press box. Trying to feed it inside did Brecken Harmon, and now three players go tumbling to the floor as they all went for the loose ball. A huge collision happened right on the We Are SC logo along the sideline. Tegan Breitag a little bit shaken up after that play. They play on. Kids are tough out there. Physical game. Josiah Vaught wants a deep three. That is no good off the front iron, but a great job using the size there from Blaze Knipling. He's able to bat it out to the top of the key, and the Cubs will get another possession. Riddick Big Eagle takes it down low, and now we've got a foul on the tie-up. This will stay with Chamberlain. Josiah Vaught is going to inbound along his own baseline, just right of his own basket. Bounce pass in. Hinges. Hannah Michael Rouse swings it up to Vaught. Vaught trying to find Big Eagle. Caden Montana not letting him get anything easy on the pass. Over to Hannah Michael Rouse. Deep three from the parking lot off the back iron. Eddie Duffy right there waiting, and now he's going to get fouled by Hannah Michael Rouse. Duffy was trying to get up the floor. Hannah Michael Rouse just stepped in front of him. Too much contact. And now Jalen Youthy going to take a timeout. And it will be a 60-second break. We'll be back in a minute after this break, sponsored by AgTegra.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends. How to fit in. How to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Bank West is rooted in South Dakota. Committed to local success. Just like you. We're all connected. In South Dakota. For South Dakota. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West.
Out of the AgTegra timeout, folks. I got some bad news for you. Somebody else won the 50-50 raffle tonight, but that's all right. We'll get them next week. Stanley County out of the timeout, leading by 13 with the possession here. Eddie Duffy finds himself open for a look at three, but that goes off the side iron. No good. Rarely does Duffy miss an open look like that. Riddick Big Eagle going coast to coast. What a block by Ethan Leaf Green right in front of the rim. Cubs are able to secure the loose ball, but Ethan Leaf Green with an outstanding play down low. 5:20 to play. 28-15 is the Stanley County lead, and now they're going to get Leaf Green after the big block on a push-off down underneath the arc. Right there at the semicircle underneath the basket. And again, that's kind of the issue that Stanley County has been faced with these big guys down low. Josiah Vaught, who's going to be called for a travel. He got the pass. The pump fake to three as Tegan Breitag was coming out to defend. And when he stepped to his left, he forgot to dribble. And that's just Josiah Vaught. He plays at such a rapid pace. So quick. Always flying around the floor. Sometimes you just forget to throw the ball down every now and then. Tell you what, though, Josiah Vaught, a 6'2 sophomore. This kid is already a great player, but it's going to be fun watching him develop over the next couple of years. Sure that Jalen Youthy loves to have a guy like Josiah Vaught on his roster. Here comes Miles Hislaw driving down. Almost took a layup, but then steps back and tries to hit a mid-range jumper. That one just fell short of the rim. And good news for Buffalo's fans. Paxton Deal is back out onto the floor. Got his ankle rolled up on, but was able to get it taped up by the Avera medical staff, and he's back out running the point. We'll swing it to the far side wing for Tegan Breitag. Leaf Green's got it on this side of the floor. Here's a pass back to Eddie Duffy, who knocks down a three from the wing right in front of the Stanley County bench. And I'll tell you what, some of those JV guys sure love that. They're still dancing. Eddie Duffy's got his third three of the game. Pounding defense from Tegan Breitag on Blaze Knipling outside of the arc. Into Sana Michael Rouse, feeds it inside. Knipling with a fadeaway shot goes off the glass. That was out of control, but Blaze Knipling, he had it the whole way. 31-17, Stanley County still out in front. Tegan Breitag wants a long two. That's going to bounce around the rim a couple times and finally come to rest down in the hands of Caden Montana. He fights with it all the way back up to the top of the key. Leaf Green has it in the corner. Cross-court pass out to the far side wing for Paxton Deal. Plenty of shot clock after the miss. And now a pass is picked off by Riddick Big Eagle. He's going to take it coast to coast, and left-handed layup goes down. Tell you, Riddick Big Eagle, and really this whole Chamberlain defense has a knack for reading those passes. Stanley County's actually gotten pretty lucky not to have more turnovers. Riddick Big Eagle almost got another one there on the pass from Breitag to Montana, but Stanley County still has it. Leaf Green dribbling between the legs as he backs up from the top of the key. Pass over to Paxton Deal. Deal misses the short jumper, takes it in off his own rebound, gets fouled, and lays it in for two. I have been very impressed with Paxton Deal and Brendan Bothwell tonight. Brendan's only had a couple minutes play, but standing at 5'7", and Paxton Deal listed at 6 foot. Those two guys are undersized up against a taller Chamberlain team, but they have really played above those heights, getting a lot of big rebounds. Paxton Deal knocks down the first free throw, the only free throw, and makes the three-point play complete. Anna Michael Rouse takes a deep three from the wing. That is no good. Paxton Deal right on cue gets another rebound, and we've got a loose ball foul underneath. They are going to get Brady Olson, the 6'3" senior. It's pretty amazing when you read through the roster of these heights. 6'2", 6 foot. 6'1", 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'4". Chamberlain's roster is riddled with tall guys, and Eddie Duffy looking for a three out of the corner. That's no good, and another big man rebound. This time it's Blaze Knipling, and out come the Chamberlain Cubs, but a foul on their trip down the floor. Riddick Big Eagle throwing his head back, knowing he had numbers coming back the other way. Smart foul there. All right, Stanley County to stop the momentum. Anna Michael Rouse on the logo, feeding it down for Blaze Knipling, blocked by Caden Montana. What size advantage, says Caden. Here comes Deal the other way. Nice pass inside. Blaze Knipling with a block at the rack. Riddick Big Eagle back the other way, swinging it to the corner. Paxton Deal with a save as he's flying out of bounds. A lot of action here in the last 30 seconds. My, oh my. These guys are just putting it all on the line. Still 34-19 for Stanley County, but they're playing like this is tied up in the last minute of a finals game. Under 2 minutes to play. Blaze Frost over to Duffy. Miles Hislaw all over Duffy, and now we've got a foul on Riddick Big Eagle, and that was a good foul because Caden Montana knocked down the three right as that whistle was being blown. Noah Baldwin will head to the scorer's table. He and Josiah Vaughn waiting patiently as Duffy can't hit the first free throw. That's his first missed free throw of the night. I got caught up in all this action. I didn't even realize that Chamberlain was in the bonus. We got 5 team fouls. Stanley County with 3. Duffy able to get the friendly roll on the second free throw and knocks it down. Unofficially, Eddie Duffy has got 15 points. Kansas Hannah Michael Rouse, the 6-foot junior, is picked up right at midcourt by Caden Montana. A soft pass almost picked off, and now a foul is going to be called on Blaze Frost. Once that pass almost got picked off as it was thrown through the air, there was a fight kind of all over the floor, and the contact just started to gradually crescendo. And finally, it was too much for the officials. They called the foul. 4th team foul for Stanley County. One more will put Chamberlain at the line. For the rest of the third quarter, Miles Hislaw trying to take it down in the paint. Pump faked and then tried to contort his body and fit through a defender. Couldn't hit the layup. Noah Baldwin got the rebound and was quickly fouled. That foul going against Miles Hislaw. I'm not sure if that's exactly the foul that Jalen Youthy was hoping his team, well, can't imagine a coach really ever hopes his team would foul unless they're down a couple points in the final minute of a ball game. Noah Baldwin can't hit the first free throw. Again, the score is 35-19 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. 90 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Baldwin's second free throw is off the mark. Miles Hislaw bringing it forward, gives it off to Kansas. Hannah Michael Rouse. Josiah Vaughn over to the top of the key for Blaze Knipling. He tried to feed that one down inside for Chase Knipling. That was stripped away by the Buffs, and here comes Montana. He swings it from under the rim out to Paxton Deal, who knocks down the three from the wing right in front of the student section. And that's got the Buffalo faithful going. 38-19. Stanley County out in front with under a minute to play in the third quarter. Hannah Michael Rouse almost losing the dribble. Pass is picked off by Frost. Montana with a right-handed bounce pass inside for Bothwell. He swings it around a defender, kicks it back out. Now Bothwell's got it from a pass from Paxton Deal. He gives it off to Deal in the corner again. Deal thought he had another three, and Josiah Vaughn couldn't corral the loose ball. It went out of bounds off of Vaughn as he was chasing it down to the corner. There was no Buffalo in the area. I think Josiah Vaughn maybe started looking down the floor before he had his hands on it. Now with 29.9 left in the third, Stanley County can just slow things down and take the final shot if they want. Chamberlain's going to try to speed up their clock a little bit. Makes sense. Trailing by 19, Chamberlain's going to just trying to have to earn any possession they can get. Deal at the top of the key, standing in the Buffalo purple logo. Off to Olsen. Olsen to the elbow for Montana. Turnaround jumper, no good. Deal with a crazy rebound, stretching back over his body to get it. They couldn't get another shot off. Josiah Vaughn was able to get to the loose ball, and he held on as the clock ran out. But Stanley County leads 38-19 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. We've got fourth quarter action for you right after this 60-second break on KGFX.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Out of the quarter break, into the fourth. Stanley County out in front 38-19. It has been pretty much a defensive battle this entire ball game. Neither offense really been able to find a rhythm. It's just been Stanley County who's been able to hit a couple more threes from outside, as they've been able to stretch out this lead little by little, quarter by quarter. Cubs looking for something offensively to get this fourth quarter started. How about a Miles Hislaw 3? And that's a bit too strong here from the near side corner. Tegan Breitag there to secure the rebound. Eddie Duffy brings it forward. He almost pulled that 3. Joey Fisher must have been shouting in his ear. He pulled it down quite quickly and was standing right in front of his head coach. Montana swings to Ethan Leafgreen, who knocks down a 3. Nothing but net, and Leafgreen is fired up after that one. That had to feel pretty good for Ethan Leafgreen to see go through the hoop. And Stanley County has extended this lead to 21. Here's another 3. That one gets wedgied in the side of the rim. And a big thanks there to Grady Olson for delivering our first wedgie on KGFX of 2024-25. There's got to be a t-shirt for that, or I guess a pair of underwear for the first wedgie of the season, right? And for those who don't know, the wedgie is when the ball gets stuck right in there between the rim and the backboard and just stays put. It's a nightmare for a guy like me when you're in an open gym and nobody else around. 5'10", I can't really get up to those rims real easily anymore. Here's a pass picked off by Breitag. Pass up ahead for Deal. He is fouled. He gets it to go, and he will head to the line. He laid down on his back for a little bit after the heavy contact there from Brecken Harmon, but he got up smiling. And Stanley County's having some fun. 43-19 is the lead for the Buffs. Paxton Deal trying to extend it to 25. That one rattles out. And now we've got another lane violation. Second time that's happened for Paxton Deal when he's been at the line tonight. He wasn't able to make the second free throw in his first time around after the first lane violation. We'll see if he can make it here. Final dribble, and he knocks it down. Paxton Deal always looking for something to improve on. This is a guy that expects a ton out of himself. He holds himself to a very high standard. And I just hope he doesn't beat himself up too bad about his free throw shooting tonight. Here's a shot from Blaze Knipling down low. He gets the foul and gets it to go off the glass. And if I were a Chamberlain fan, I would want to have seen a little bit more of Blaze Knipling tonight. He is kind of commanded that area down around that half semicircle underneath. Knipling's free throw's no good, but Olsen there for a strong rebound. Gives it back to Knipling. He's fouled again on the putback. Well, they're going to say this is offensive. I didn't see the offensive foul there. I believe the official. I was looking elsewhere on the floor. But that sure pumped up the Stanley County team. Breitag's got it now on the offensive end, holding on to it, looking for somewhere to go. He swings across court to Paxton Deal. Deal to the top of the key for Duffy. Duffy dribbling with the left hand. Swings to the corner for Deal. Deal driving along the baseline. He tried to kick it out to Leafgreen. But a nice job of Blaze Knipling cutting off that pass and deflecting it out of play. Eddie Duffy directing traffic, sends Breitag into the corner. Breitag swings now to the top of the key for Leafgreen. Leafgreen hands off to Deal. Deal driving a nice block down low, but Breitag right there to sweep up all the extra mess and put the putback in for two. 46-21 is the lead for Stanley County. 5:30 to play here in the fourth quarter. A bullet pass down low, a frozen rope from Blaze Knipling to Brecken Harmon. He couldn't get the putback, but he was fouled. We're going to get Eddie Duffy on the call. And Chamberlain has played a good game tonight. They played active defense. They've been flying around as Harmon knocks down the first free throw. But it's exactly what we talked about in the Bank West pregame show. Stanley County just has this innate ability to go on runs. As Harmon misses the second free throw, Ethan Leafgreen's able to save it and swing it into Caden Montana as he was going out of bounds. And I think that's something that Chamberlain has just kind of been bitten on the leg by here tonight. Those deep threes, a couple just quick shots that go down for Stanley County. And next thing you know, they're up by double digits. Here's a quick shot from Eddie Duffy right inside the arc, right in front of the Stanley County bench. He knocks it down, and we've got a timeout on the floor. It's a 60-second timeout. It's sponsored by AgTegra. We'll tell you what they have to say right after this short break.
2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a recarpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology. You'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
The Corner Station Convenience.
Out of the AgTegra timeout, acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local AgTegra cooperative today. 48-22 lead for Stanley County. Chamberlain with the possession here as Brecken Harmon's going to be fouled underneath the basket. Tegan Breitag consoling Ethan Leafgreen, who was called for the whistle. Leafgreen still shaking his head, can't believe it. First free throw for Harmon's up and off the back iron. Joey Fisher trying to explain why that foul was called on Leafgreen to Leafgreen. Nice little teaching moment there for Joey Fisher. Second free throw is up and no good for Harmon. Duffy there for the rebound. We see a press for the first time from Chamberlain tonight. Montana cross-court pass almost picked off. Eddie Duffy heaves a three and knocks it down. That's his fourth three of the night. And we're going to have to wait till our Family Dental at Pier and Gettysburg postgame show to count up Eddie Duffy's points, because he's got free throws, he's got threes, he's got points in the paint. He has had a spectacular night. Riddick Big Eagle on the far side wing. Feeds it up top. Now down low goes Blaze Knipling, and he gets it to go for two. Tell you, Knipling has found his spot down low. Here's a quick pass inside from Ethan Leafgreen to Tegan Breitag, and Breitag will be fouled as he goes up for two. And as quickly as the first three quarters went in this game, we have kind of hit a gridlock here with all of these fouls going on either end of the floor. Breitag with a couple dribbles. His first free throw finds the bottom of the net. Jace Knipling back into the game for Chamberlain. Brecken Harmon will take a seat. Joey Fisher still having that teaching moment with Ethan Leafgreen. It's got to be great, too, as a player here for Stanley County, to know that Joey Fisher, your head coach, was a player just years ago. The guy knows the program. He's been through it himself, and anything he asks his players to do, they know he's been through himself. I think that's a level of trust that not a lot of teams can say they have. Three is off the mark for Chamberlain. Rebound is pulled in by Blaze Frost. Eddie Duffy swings it forward. 3:39 to play here in the ball game. Stanley County is on their way to their 13th win of the season. Paxton Deal trying to assist with that with a three from the corner and knocks it down. Hit it right in front of the student section. They love that. That's his second three of the ball game. 56-24. Stanley County continuing to extend their lead. It's almost picked off and turned over by Chamberlain. It's kicked out by Hislaw to Big Eagle. He steps inside along the baseline. Can't hit the short jumper. And the running clock is officially on for Stanley County now as they've extended this lead to 32. Shot is blocked down low. but kept alive by the Buffs. Caden Montana is fouled hard in the paint, and he will head to the line. Couple new faces checking into the game for either side. DJ DeSluver is going to check in for Chamberlain, a 6-foot sophomore. Montana's first free throw rattles out. Bothwell back into the game. Kelby Olsen checking in. Noah Baldwin will head down into the paint. If I was guessing, I believe that's the last we'll see of Eddie Duffy, Paxton Deal, and Tegan Breitag. What a game those three had. Montana knocks down the second. Montana will take what we believe to be his last trip to the bench for the night. Riddick Big Eagle will bring it forward with under 3 minutes to play. Bothwell picks up Big Eagle. Miles Hislaw has it on the wing. DeSluver at the top of the key. Big Eagle driving, going to be tied up with Brendan Bothwell. He thought he got a jump ball. I thought he got a jump ball, but he's going to get the foul. That's the fourth team foul here, the fourth quarter for Stanley County, so they'll, assisted with the running clock, will try to keep themselves clean and keep Chamberlain off the line. Miles Hislaw driving, picked away by Brendan Bothwell. Bothwell, an outstanding passer and a great defender. And he has this one picked off. It was pickpocketed by Hislaw coming back the other way. Hislaw gets the layup and a nice pass up ahead from Jarrett Clagis. Hislaw created the steal. Clagis with a nice pass up ahead to Hislaw. And now Bothwell will be fouled by Miles Hislaw. That's the fourth team foul for Chamberlain. So both teams with 4. 90 seconds and counting to play in the ball game. And now another foul. This one goes against Jarrett Clagis, and that will send Noah Baldwin to the line for 2. So Noah Baldwin going to try to get on the stat sheet here tonight. His first free throw is off the glass and good. I'm going to try to say this without disparaging Noah Baldwin. He is not the best free throw shooter on the Stanley County roster. But he knows how to use his shot to his advantage, and he did it on that first free throw by banking it off the glass. Here's a quick three from Bothwell after the missed free throw from Noah Baldwin. That's no good. Baldwin doesn't have a lot of rotation. He has a strong free throw shot, so he tries to use the backboard to his advantage. And that's how he's able to make that first free throw. Chamberlain with it, under a minute to play. Here's a three. That is no good, off the hands of Traven Rubidoux. And now we've got a traveling violation, and here comes a full line change for the Stanley County Buffaloes. James Fosheim into the game. Jack Deal also out onto the floor. Joe Malm, the 5'8 sophomore, also heading out. Stanley County going to get the win here at home. Take a long break. Here's a three from Jack Deal. That's no good, but he gets his ball right back. Can't get it to go off the glass. Fight for it down low. Is one away by the Cubs. Traven Rubidoux bringing it up. Driving with the left hand. Kicks out to the corner. Stepping inside the arc and putting up the shot. Nor the Cubs. That's no good. That rebound is won by Joe Malm. Jack Deal brings it across midcourt. He can run out the clock here, but wait, a Bothwell three. Can't go. Rebound pulled down, and we've got another foul, but that will signal the end of the ball game. Stanley County gets the win, 58-26 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. They improve to 13-4 on the season. Chamberlain going to fall to 4-10. We'll recap all of it for you in our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. When we come back, we'll take a look around the state, tell you all the individual scoring, and we'll tell you good night. We'll be back after this short break on KGFX.
And the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Quarter Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Quarter Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Quarter Station and the Crossing.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit TitanMachinery.com/careers to learn more.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Wind Circle.
Very, very quick and pounding defense, not letting Paxton Deal or Eddie Duffy really get into any sort of rhythm there in the first half. You also got to give a lot of credit to Riddick Big Eagle, who's playing well in the defensive end. And the guy that really impressed me tonight and that I wished I had seen Jalen Youthie go back to a little bit more in this ball game was Blaze Knipling. He was outstanding down in the paint, was seemingly getting anything he wanted, and he was winning the size advantage, standing at 6'4", had kind of the physical advantage as well. Blaze Knipling had a really nice night shooting the basketball. Unofficially, we've got him at 11 points, but Stanley County's and their offense that just kind of took over there in the second half, and they were able to move on and get the win and take down a Chamberlain team and improve to 13-4 on this season. As we mentioned, Chamberlain drops now to 4-10. Well, folks, if you enjoyed listening to this game on DRG News, or watching this game, I should say, on DRGnews.com and listening on KGFX, well, we want to remind you to go download the DRG News app to make your listening experience much more streamlined and much more enjoyable. You can bounce around from game to game. As you know, folks, we often have more than one game going on across the state on multiple different nights. So go ahead and get that downloaded. Also, on your way home from the game, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you to think twice. Slow down in case of ice. You've got someplace to be. Well, folks, we've got to give out a beautiful T-shirt to our player of the game. Before we do that, let's hear a word from our friends who sponsor our player of the game, our friends at Bauman Lumber.
When you need building supplies, there's no need to go anywhere except to Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Bauman Lumber is locally owned and offers quality products, expert advice, free estimates, and free local delivery for large or small projects. Whether it's a home improvement project, remodel job, or all new construction, they even welcome special orders. Quality building materials and affordable prices for residential or commercial projects can be found at Bauman Lumber, 1223 Sale Barn Road, Fort Pierre, or call 223-9762.
And our Bauman Lumber player of the game tonight, he's going to start having a collection of these shirts. It's Mr. Eddie Duffy, who hit 4 threes from outside and finished unofficially with 20 points tonight. Congratulations to Mr. Eddie Duffy. He is once again our Bauman Lumber player of the game. Well, folks, we want to give a big thanks to all of our great sponsors who made broadcasting Stanley County versus Chamberlain basketball possible tonight. Our friends at the Oasis Pump and Pack, Chamberlain Food Center, Farmco, West 40 Food and Fuel, Edward Jones, Access Health in Chamberlain, the Byrie Brothers, First Dakota National Bank, Pier Regional Airport, Access Health and Pier, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Avera Health, the Stanley County Booster Club, Fruiting Electric, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Xander Auto Parts, and Bauman Lumber. Real quick, folks, I told you we'd take a look at some of the scores from around the state in Region B. Wabash Summit beat Florence Henry 55-40. Timberlake over Harding County 58-35. Lemon leading McLaughlin after one half 23-15. We'll see Wessington over Wessington Springs 45-39 in a close one. Centerville beat Bridgewater Emory 55-49. Wagner over Andrews Central Dakota Christian 39-13 in the third quarter. Waverly South Shore over Ipswich 45-35 late in the fourth, and Wall leading White River 58-20 late in the third quarter. Big thanks to Venture Communications for being our KGFX sports sponsor and Bauman Lumber for being our sports video sponsor. As we take one final look at our Wegner Auto scoreboard, Stanley County improving to 13-4 with the 58-26 win over the Chamberlain Cubs, who fall to 4-10. For Brian Menning on our camera, from drgnews.com, buy a live ticket. For Haley Hansen back in the DRG Media Group World Headquarters, I'm Justin Cowart, thanking you for listening to tonight's broadcast of Stanley County and Chamberlain on KGFX. We'll be back next week with more action. Stay tuned to drgnews.com/sports for all the latest scores, news, and updates. Have a great night, everybody.